What is extinction? What's the opposite of extinction? This one's not going to be light and airy. We're going kind of deep. Coelacanth. It's difficult to say, but once you get it, you got it. It sticks like glue. It's a little deeper than usual. It's kind of heavy. What does extinction cost? What's the value of extinction? Why should anyone care about losing nature? Why are we losing nature? What's up with losing nature? Hey guys, I'm editing right now and I wish I would have remembered to ask you to like this video if you do enjoy the content. And if you haven't subscribed to the River Life channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So where did they go? Where are they? They're gone. They're extinct. They are no more. I don't know. Well, they were here. There's evidence, pictures, documents in some cases, fossils, eyewitness accounts, but they're gone. They're just not here anymore. Impacted out of existence. Pollution, development, overharvesting, neglect, climate change, irresponsibility in so many ways. Stewardship is not extinction. Dominion is not extinction. Preservation, conservation, responsibility, authority, responsibility, none of those things are extinction. What is extinction? Extinction is failing to exist. Annihilation, removal, extinctio, deletius, enteritis, dissolution, annihilation, death, ruin, all synonyms of extinction. What is extinct? Extinct is when a once living organism is no longer living among us. It's gone. Where'd it go? Where'd they go? When it comes to life form, extinction is the elimination of the kind or kinds of animal or living thing. We can measure the duration of extinction from the moment of death of the last living kind or thing to the present. And typically, it's forever. Extinct is from the Latin, to put out or extinguish. A fire extinguisher. Pretty cool. But what is the opposite of extinct? Extant. Can you believe it? Exist. Non-extinct. Unextinct. Anyway, let's think about what we're doing. Let's think about how we're doing it. Let's think about our impact on other living things and each other. And consider that extinction is forever. Maybe adding a layer of thought will help us to add a layer of responsibility in our actions. And I know that if we believe extinction is not a good thing, we'll behave in a way that keeps extinction away. So let's believe that extinction of life forms is not cool, man, and act in a way that helps us to preserve all of the life forms that are with us now, the ones we know, and the so many, many, many that we don't know. Scientists say that there are over 1 trillion living organisms on Earth today, and less than 1,000th of 1% have been described and identified. So extinction could be a mechanism that takes our living species and kinds away before we even get to meet them. New species still being discovered. A recent fish species was just discovered. Not too long ago, it was a bird. It's always something being discovered. now that we're tuned in to discovering and we have funding and professionally trained people to go find new life, it's the wrong time to be extincting things. Let's not extinct things. That's a precious resource that extinction extinguishes and we no longer have access to anymore. That is so not cool. Let's just learn to appreciate life in all of its many forms and help things live, including ourselves. And not only live, but live with the highest quality of life possible. It's all warm and fuzzy, loose ideas, but I think you feel it. I think if you're watching this video, I think you feel the same way. A little responsibility can go a long way, and I think a little bit of information can lead to a little bit of education that can lead to those stronger held beliefs that we act on. We do what we believe. So when we have enough information, enough compelling information to cause us to believe something, then we're on track to doing something. And we keep on looking because coelacanth. To me, looking into the species account of an animal is like an opening in a portal. And I can peek my head into a different dimension, get my head wrapped around some different things. And all of the species offer that opportunity for us to learn and study and be transported into another dimension. So we're going to keep looking, and hopefully we'll keep rediscovering. And once we rediscover, that's when we recognize, wow, we should have learned more about this while we had the opportunity. Never know when something's going to happen to become extinct. Why do we care about the loss of nature? It's a loss of quality of life. We've got studies that are determining the value of extinction. How much does it actually cost if we lose a species or two? But it's deeper than the monetary value. Animals and plants, bugs, depending on who you are, what you like, how you study, they all have an emotional value, a spiritual or inspirational value. You can't attach dollars to that. And we have less of that when we have less life in our life. They're gone. All of them. No longer in existence. Extinctions identify missing spans in the web of life. Extinctions identify missing portals in the matrix of life. That one frog they studied, it ate its eggs, and then a few weeks later it vomited up baby frogs. We almost missed that whole species account because the frog was discovered in the 70s and extinct by the 80s. There were some important medical discoveries because of that frog about how digestion works and gastro acids. I don't know. But it was important that we found and documented, studied, and applied secrets held by this species account. It's valuable stuff. So it's worth the study. It's worth the investment. It's worth the price of admission to do the study, to put together museums, researchers, scientists, public offerings of museums and exhibits. It's worth the effort. The Smithsonian Natural History Museum is a fine example of wonderful exhibits open to the public at no charge, and they're just world class, not only in size and breadth and depth and presentation, interpretation. I mean, our national collection, the Smithsonian Natural History Museum, fine example of a wonderful opportunity for all the people in America and other countries to come and check out what we've learned and cataloged and now present
about these cool creatures that we live with. So, reading the placards and looking at the fish skeletons, it's definitely otherworldly. And wow! And not only are the displays there, but it's presented in a style that I can understand it as a layperson. I don't have to have a degree or an interpreter to get the point that they're trying to make. It's so educational. And I mean, if you keep fish, if you're a fish keeper, wow, so interesting. This one and that one and the next one, and they're everywhere. And you just immediately begin to think, I wish I had more time. I wish I could memorize this. I wish I could take every picture and make my own museum in my head. The Racksonian. I use that a lot already. It's not so much in my head. Don't extinct. Don't extinct things. Why do we extinct things? Think, learn, do. That's what it's all about. Thinking about new things, learning how they impact us, how to best do them, and then we go forward with the action. We do it. The stingrays, and the swordfish, and the ballyhoo. Swordfish, long bill coming out the top jaw. Ballyhoo, long bill coming off the bottom jaw. Crazy things. Everywhere you look in nature, something crazy things in nature. Everywhere you look, always something very interesting. Wow. Easy to appreciate. Is it me? It's not me. It's everybody, right? It's everybody. Yeah, it's you. It's you too. You are. Gotta let extinction be our motivation. Learn more, do better. Baby steps. That's okay. You don't have to run a marathon. Start somewhere. You are where you are. Start there. I don't know. Can't start where you aren't. It's sad that it happened, but the future is bright. Using extinction as a learning tool to prevent future extinction and learn more about more things as we go, that's a happy time. It's a bright future. That's a bright future. Motivation, changing an action that was a little negative or less responsible to an action that's more positive, more responsible. These are good things. These are good things. I'm motivated. Are you motivated? You're motivated. You are motivated. Salute life. The coelacanth was found in the fossil record, and it was thought to be extinct millions and millions, tens of millions, decades of millions of years ago. And then they found one in a fish market, caught by a fisherman over off of Madagascar. And then they started looking, they found a few more. Now we know a rascal hides out in the daytime, hunts at night, deep dweller, 200 feet below the surface, hard to find. We thought it was extinct, didn't see one, it was like it wasn't here, till we saw them. Then we started studying them. And now we have preserved specimens on display at the National Museum of Natural History. And here's an action point for you. Check out what they found when they decided to dissect the first coelacanth at the National Natural History Museum. The Smithsonian Natural History Museum authorized the dissection. I think they wanted to do some spleen study, so they're going to have to dissect the fish, and when they did, check it out. We learned something else about the fish. It's so cool. These stories are cool. Atlanta Botanical Garden had the last of the Rab's tree frog. The last one. It died in 2016. Went extinct right in front of our eyes. Cincinnati Zoo had the last Carolina parakeet. It died. Many expeditions in the swamps looking for an ivory-billed woodpecker. Gone. Well, fish, Sure, fish go extinct. Blackfin cisco, blue walleye, hairlip sucker, Tacoma pupfish. There's an interesting story. Lives in hot springs. Yellowfin cutthroat, thick-tailed chub. These are fish from the Great Lakes, from California, Mojave Desert, California, the Swiss-France border. No one's immune. No one's immune. Think more, do more.
Hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever we drop new videos. We upload every Tuesday, but in case you forget, go ahead and hit the notification bell. If you know someone else who might enjoy this kind of video, share it. That's how the channel grows. I appreciate your consideration. Thanks for the like, the share, the subscription, and as always, just for watching. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you on the next one. Till then, get out there and see it, love it, and live it.